pulls it up. And the dribbler is picked up at the 8-yard line. And Millens goes to work. Out to the 33. Southern Miss will show almost a different defensive front every single play. They come after Watson, second for a loss of 5. First man there is Cedric Scott. Referee Harold Mitchell for Alabama makes it 1st and 5 rather than 2nd and 15. And Watts with the give and immediately swarmed under Ahmad Galloway.
To provide a spark for what has been a somewhat dead team in the beginning of the game.
They'd like that 234 yards per game, not after 2. Galloway across midfield with the Alabama first down and a pickup of 13 before Leo Barnes finally runs him down. Galloway against Vanderbilt, 79 yards on his first touch, which eclipsed his entire career yardage to that point. Short toss, good for another first down. Millens for 11, wrapped up quickly by Chad Williams. Due to time constraints, we now move ahead and pick up further action. His 2 touchdowns in his career, 5 interceptions. Al thought of as the passing quarterback. We haven't seen him yet. Can't throw much better than that one. A strike.
That's why you're seeing misdirection.
Cross sweep. Arvin Richard with the throwback, and it's intercepted. Southern Miss will get a touchdown. Raymond Walls, 54 yards. Alabama tries to get exotic, and it blows up in their face. Trailing 7-0. And Galloway finds himself hemmed in for a loss of 3. They bring corner blitz. He gets it to Handy, who breaks the tackle and has a first down to the 42. Leroy Handy takes it 16 yards. They fake, and Kelly is buried. Reading that one all the way, Jarrett Johnson. So after the loss of 7, 2nd and 17, they run Derek Nix. And he found some space in the middle of the Tide defense to the 45 into the secondary where Marcus Spencer had to make the stop. Derek Nix, dangerous either way, running it or as a target out of the backfield. First down catch, Sean Mills inside the Alabama 35-yard line, a gain of 22. Kelly out of the shotgun on 2nd and 7. Chased and dropped again. Another sack for Alabama, and it's Kenny King this time. Jeff Kelly looking over the middle. He actually had 2 targets to pick from. He decides on Leroy Handy.
Boy, he hits that one in the middle. That's a touchdown. Again, not supposed to be 2 receivers there, but what a nice throw. Kelly, even though he got his knee hurt early in the game, he's hanging right in that pocket, knowing he's going to take some hits.
And Southern Miss now 2nd and goal, trying to add to that first score. Kelly to the corner of the end zone, uncovered. Leroy Handy, 13-0, Golden Eagles. Kelly took a lip on his knee in the first quarter. Southern Miss, which makes a habit of scaring the big-time opponents on the road, doing it again, 14-0 at Alabama. And the Tide cough up the kickoff, returned by Southern Miss inside the 5 and all the way for a touchdown. Southern Miss scores Joe Henley. A 19-yard return of a fumble kickoff. Over and over this week, he said there is no way we can beat Alabama unless we get some of those plays. They've got 2 of them. Watts tucks and runs for a first down to the Golden Eagle 47. He picks up 12. He put out a call to the seniors to step up and replace those they lost last year, Sean Alexander, Chris Samuels. He may have overemphasized seniors because sophomores and juniors aren't doing it either. Losing yardage, Terry Jones Jr., but he breaks through. And instead of a loss of 6 or 7, he'll actually pick up a couple. Out of the shotgun on 3rd and 3, Mills over the middle, bobbled it and dropped it.
You don't really want to panic just yet. They're going to have to start thinking about that.
Neither one of them has thrown it very well. Watts again tries to scramble out of trouble. And whatever room he saw wasn't there very long. between Bearden. Last kick went dead at the 11, and Mills runs away from this one, and it takes a terrific tied roll and a dead finally at the 5. Due to time constraints, we now move ahead and pick up further action.
There's their season average 307. Tonight, a total of 81 yards for the Crimson Tide at home.
Willens has caught 3 for 16. Watts looked at him, runs instead. And at the 44.
No, that's Dante Ellington is trying to block him. Nobody's blocked him much.
They run it again on 3rd and 1 and lose yardage to Galloway again.
You won't see that 13 next to their name and ranking. It'll be a lot lower than that.
Bless his heart, Kelly almost fell down trying to. He put that sore knee down. He said, "Whoa, I'm gonna bolt out backwards here," and he almost fell.
He's even laughing. When you're up 21-zip, you can laugh a little bit.
Jeff Bauer 1-7 as the head coach against Alabama. But in charge here, 21-0. Before 83,000 rather stunned fans at Legion Field in Birmingham, and we send you to the fellows in the studio, guys. Due to time constraints, we now move ahead and pick up further action. Tony Dixon got the block, and Lewis's return ends on that hard hit by Hanna. That option pitch, Southern Miss gets the recovery. Cedric Scott makes another huge play. There's a dead ball foul for the celebration. Isn't it almost impossible, though, to ask in that situation for them not to celebrate? Kelly now showing his lack of mobility, and they come after him.
Back to you, Dave.
Well, he also showed he can scramble just a little bit. He hit Danny Fowler in his hands, but he couldn't bring it in. Now they're coming after Mark Hallman, one of his better efforts, and it is down inside the 1. Can't get any better than that.
Oh, is that fantastic?
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead and pick up further action. Defensively, they desperately need a stop on 3rd and 6, and they'll get it. Kelly immobilized since getting banged on his knee in the first quarter. Make sure he doesn't beat out into the huddle. They come after Mark Hallman, and they don't get the ball, but they do rough the punter. Millens look for room and is tripped up.
What if they're walking over to the other sideline right now, thinking about Southern Miss?
Interesting that Timbuktu turns out to be in Alabama. Almost intercepted. The slant intended for Handy is broken up by Reggie Miles. Andrew Zhao, just 34% in the first 2 games this year, enters for the first time tonight. And what a tall order he faces. 80 yards away, 3 touchdowns behind. Zhao out of the shotgun, ready to look downfield, and he finds McAdley for a pickup of 8.
But you got to remember, Zhao took them to the championship last year.
No huddle. Zhao fires out for Sam Collins. And a first down at the 34.
Zhao is the superior passer. Watts the superior runner.
With more experience, junior. Watts just a sophomore. That's intended for Millens, and breaking almost in time to get the pick was Keon Moore.
Keon Moore very nearly took that thing to the house.
The Neon Keon. Now Zhao looks over the middle. Plenty of time. Delivers a nice catch by Antonio Carter. Good for 13 yards.
Trust your protection. Drill it in there.
Again without a huddle. Ready to go deep. Millens has a step and can't come up with it. Raymond Walls is there to make the play. That ball, if it's not slightly underthrown, you got Millens 5 yards behind Walls. On 2nd and 10. That one twice is almost picked off. And there is no red jersey anywhere near. From their own 46, nearly 11 minutes to go, going for it on 4th and 10 is Zhao. And he may keep it. Pulls up, fires another near interception. The 3rd on this series. Due to time constraints, we now move ahead and pick up further action. With the trip to Arkansas in Fayetteville next week. Then they come home. South Carolina's already proven what they're capable of, knocking off Georgia last week. Nix is going to be very close to the first down marker. Last time they started 1-2. Gene Stallings' first year, 1990, finished 7-5. Nix against a tired Alabama defense, so that's close enough for another first down. Derek Nix carrying tacklers. Look at that. My goodness. 4, 5, 6 crimson jerseys surrounding Derek Nix, and he makes an 18-yard ramble out of it.
Let's just look at this tape and see who's trying to win the game. And with the kind of pride these players have, I'm sure they will rally.
Good heavens, they fumbled the snap in the victory position. You know, something else to consider, if a 2-point conversion is called correctly 2 weeks ago at Knoxville, that makes it 19-11, and Jeff Bower's team is driving at the end to try and tie it up. I mean, that call goes their way, and it certainly should have. They're looking at a 2-0 start with wins at Tennessee and at Alabama.
Well, see, even Mama's happy if you can pull these things off. Yes, and you're right, Dave. They could have beaten 2 SEC teams, but I think they'll take what they got right now and go home happy.
They knock off a giant. Number 13 Alabama shutout, 21-0. And look out for Southern Miss the rest of the way. College football scoreboard coming up next.